Hey lovers, it's PDH with Love on Tour, and our love is on tour, the brand new icon of the seas. Finally, let's do it. So I'm going to walk you through the icon of the seas and kind of my view of it. I know there are dozens and dozens of reviews out there, but we do it a little differently. As you know, we're going to tell you the good, the bad, what to really expect on the ship and your experience on the ship so that you go in well informed and know how to spend your vacation dollars. Now the ship is so well decorated with light and airy looking furniture. It just feels really fresh and contemporary. Whoever did the decorations did a fantastic job. Really, really nice. So the icon of the seas is a massive ship carrying almost 7,600 passengers at maximum capacity. So it is much larger than even the Utopia of the Seas, which carries almost 5,700 passengers at maximum capacity. Now, the ship itself is beautifully done, very contemporary. I love all the artwork on the ship. I love how spacious it is. It really, truly is a beautifully done ship. Now, the ship does have all your favorite restaurants, Giovanni's, Playmakers, Chops, Hooked. It doesn't have my favorite restaurant, which is Mason Jar, that is only on Utopia and Wonder of the Seas right now, but everything else you've come to expect is there. Sorrento's as well. So tonight is Giovanni's. I want to see if this Giovanni's stacks up to the other Giovanni's and my favorite Jamie's. Let's see how it goes. Now it's time for a midnight snack at Playmakers. Now the Pearl Cafe is kind of a grab and go spot that's open very late. They have these great containers of hummus and vegetables and things like that that you can kind of grab and just take back to the room when you want that midnight snack. So that's really, really a special touch, and it's right behind the Pearl. Now inside the icon of the seas, the statement piece is the Pearl, and whoever thought of this was genius because people were in that Pearl all day and all night taking pictures and things of that nature. At one point they even had a marry me sign in there so you could go and propose to someone that you love on the ship. I mean, it was really, really a great idea, and you could see people taking use of it. Now, as we hit it out on the first night, they did do the balloon drop, which was so cool and got everybody there. And this was about 12:05 at night. So they had kind of the welcome party, and you could just see the whole promenade full with people. The excitement was palatable and really, really enjoyable in terms of just a great space and time on the ship. They did do the inaugural Christmas tree lighting as well. You can see the Christmas tree here now on the screen. It's a beautiful tree, very large, which was really well done too. And they do have a one-of-a-kind restaurant here on the icon of the seas, the Imperial Club, which is kind of like this jazz club, and it's 8 courses. Every course has a pairing beverage with it, so some kind of cocktail with each course is paired with it, and they do have live music, and each song changes with the 8 courses. So I was very tempted, or I am very tempted to try that. I'm not done with my cruise yet, and I may just do it because it was really, really a cool, swanky spot. Spotlight Karaoke is a beautiful spot as always, and the karaoke club was never empty. So a great spot there as well. Now be aware you do need to make reservations when you do the specialty dining, even at lunchtime, because even at lunch it gets very full and a lot of times they won't seat you. And so sometimes you're not accustomed to making reservations at lunch just for dinner, but here on this chef, you do need to make reservations for lunch for specialty dining just to ensure you get a spot. Now for those of you who dare to go to the buffet, just be aware it is really, really crowded. Lots of kids and families. And again, that's not positive or negative. It's just information. So if that's kind of what you want to do, then you should expect that. If that's not what you want to do or the environment that you want, then you should try to do something else during your dining times, because the buffet is for sure crowded and is always crowded. At least that's been my experience here on the first few days of the Icon of the Seas. Now, if you are lucky enough to have a suite on the Icon of the Seas, the coastal kitchen is well done, beautiful, much larger than it was on Utopia of the Seas, and the suite lounge in the coastal kitchen is 2 stories here on the Icon of the Seas. One of the other things that just came to mind as I was downstairs or upstairs in the suite lounge is just how underwhelming the suite lounge is. You know, there's no ocean view. It is in a closed off room and it's combined with the coastal kitchen. So it's really 2 spaces in one, which is just an indication that Royal Caribbean is not really catering to that crowd, but their suites are so expensive. You would think that the suite experience would be a grand one, but it is not. So you really do feel the technology on the ship. Even at the Pearl Cafe, it's all touchless. When you go and get your juices, it's touchless. And you just kind of wave your hand, and that was a cool little element there, and it did work pretty well. Also on the ship, you do have all of these grand menus that show you where you are in terms of what deck you are, which way to go, that sort of thing. Most ships have that, but this one was rather nice. Now, I have to tell you that the entertainment has been good and bad. Really not bad, but it's been spectacular and then just okay. The Wizard of Oz is a full Broadway style production show. Now, Norwegian used to be the ones that were known for those big practical productions where you got moving sets and harnesses and these kinds of things. But Royal really did step up their game in terms of The Wizard of Oz. It is a fantastic show. It is worth $300 tickets on Broadway easily to go see this show, and it's included in your fare. So The Wizard of Oz has to be one of the best, let's say the best production show I've ever seen at sea, and that's saying a lot. So the show itself is a full production length, almost 2 hours, and the music is fantastic. Now they do have a 16-man orchestra that is leading the live music. So everything you hear in the show is being played live, which is, if you're not in production, you don't geek out about that stuff. It may not mean much to you, but that is a spectacular element to live performance. It's having that live music going right along with it. So The Wizard of Oz was fantastic. And of course the Aquadome. I just don't think that there is a better experience at sea than the Aquadome. I did think that the seating was going to be too sparse for this size ship, but pretty much everyone got a seat, just as they would with the outdoor aqua theater. And I think it had really more to do with the fact that they don't have to deal with the elements with the theater being inside now. The Absolute Zero arena is fantastic. It's small for an ice skating rink, so you did see some of the performers really kind of have to constrain their movements, but they really do have a great show there going on as well. This one is about the elements, and it was really well done, spectacular show. So the bigger question is the Icon of the Seas worth the premium price? It really does depend on who you are and what you're looking for. Now, I know whenever someone says that, it's really a cop-out without giving an answer. So I'm going to give you my answer in just a moment. But if you're a family and you're looking for things to do for the kids, it's an absolute no-brainer. But depending on how much you want to deal with the crowds, that does factor into the equation. The upper deck, deck 16 and 15, is just something you've never seen on a cruise ship before. You know, we thought it was crazy when Carnival put a roller coaster on top of a cruise ship. Well, this is an entire water park that can almost put Coco Cay to shame. So if you're looking for that kind of experience for your children, then this is a great way to go. The Children's Club was always busy, always moving around and full, and it seemed like they had a lot of activities going on. One of the highlights has definitely been the dueling pianos, which you can still hear in the background. They went late. You can walk up and give them a 20, a 10, a 5 or something in terms of a tip. And they played the heck out of those pianos, particularly the female pianist. I'll get her name, but she was fantastic. It was one of the best experiences musically I've had on a cruise ship. The dueling piano is a unique venue here, and if you're looking for entertainment, that's a great entertainment spot, as well as boleros. And the jazz club in Central Park is so elegant, so well done. I just absolutely love that atmosphere as well. So in terms of just basic entertainment, it's great. Once you get past the Wizard of Oz and the Aqua Theater, then, you know, the entertainment kind of gets really more of what you experience on other cruise ships. But that's saying a lot, because those two shows are probably better than anything you'll ever see on another cruise ship. But I can tell you that for a balcony room on this cruise ship, cruising just a 7-night cruise, was upwards of $5,000. Booking a year in advance. Now, you have to take into account this is a new ship. You have to take into account it's the Eastern Caribbean. All those things factor in. But what I have paid, $5,000 for a balcony room, now having experienced this cruise ship, that answer is absolutely no. There was nothing on this cruise ship that was enough to drive the price up more than $2,000 compared to other balcony brand new ships such as the Sun Princess or the Carnival Jubilee or the Celebrity Ascent. So in my opinion, it is just absolutely not worth it. The food here was no better than the food on any other royal ship. The restaurants were pretty much the same restaurants that you get on the other royal ships. The rooms were nice and nicely decorated, but they were on par with any other brand new ship. So unless you really want to experience that water park on top of the ship, I just don't see a reason to pay the premium for the Icon of the Seas. And that is considering how high the cruise prices are going in general. Well, that's it for this episode of Love on Tour. Remember, it's love above all, love will travel, and I will catch you next time. Peace.